Hello everybody and welcome back to Deathmark. So, the balloon girl's on the side over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. She was really not that creepy. She just looked like a giant marshmallow. Anyways, so we are continuing with the Kitoki? Can't remember. The shrine, and we're going into the forest. Forests are always creepy. Let me just... Whoop. Let me just see, because I have a few sacred souls, so I only have 2. Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's head out with our lover here, Mashita, to the forest. I don't think we need to go anywhere else, and I sure as hell am not gonna run through every single freaking classroom again. But I guess they would be locked now. No! Ugh! What is with you in this corridor? Hooligan gone to forest. Eat crimson devil to see invisible kokori. What? Oh. Ew. We gotta go on a mushroom trip. What's wrong, Yashiki? No, it's nothing. This has gotta be a work of that female doll again. She wanted to tell me something. You know what? Maybe they're doing a reverse here, where the doll is trying to help you this time. Hooligan has gone to the fox forest. Eat crimson devil to see the invisible kokori. If the previous pattern holds, this information must have something to do with the spirit. I have no idea what that doll's goal is, but it doesn't hurt to keep that information in mind. I'm gonna go to the clock tower really quick. Can I even get in? Can I open the door? Ah, okay. Ooh. We arrive at the north end of the school grounds. The shrine gate we see before us must be the entrance to the Kitsune Mori. Better than Fox Forest. A traffic cone. I imagine they're there to prevent people from going in. However, this might have the opposite effect. They're quite attention-grabbing, and it's not difficult to bypass the barrier. Why would you shut off entrance to a shrine anyway? An old shrine gate. It looks regal despite the dull color. Beyond the gate is a dense, gloomy forest. This place is really suspicious. I feel like a demon or a snake is about to lurch out. Yeah, whatever. The fox, Kitsune Mori, is just up ahead. From the shrine gate, an overgrown path continues deeper into the forest. This should be the path Abe mentioned. That path that connects the Kokori Shrine's former location at the school with the shrine in the forest. Kokori Oji-san uses the path to go back and forth between the two shrines. Are these tiny-ass cones actually intended to close the road? What a joke. The path ahead is unknown territory. Stay sharp, Mashita. Yeah, you better not let your guard down either. Beep, beep, beep. We delve deeper into the pitch-black forest. As we press forward, the light from the flashlight illuminates more and more trees crowding in around us. But I'm so riled up that the shadowy form looks like a horde of monsters to me. Who knows? Maybe a real monster poised to strike just beyond the imagined monsters I'm seeing. Once my mind starts down that train of thought, my skin starts to crawl. I'm getting paranoid. I don't really think that's paranoia at this point. Mew mew. Oh, see, forests are creepy. Before long, we arrive at an old path leading to the shrine. Although it's only a few minutes from the gate, I feel like we've entered another world. Finding a spirit in a forest at night, huh? Reminds me of the mess we were in 4 months ago. Yeah, we were with Sho and Christy back then. Christy Arumura is one of the mark bearers and a former newscaster. If the news that arrived at Kujo Mansion a few days ago is true, she's currently overseas covering a story. Speaking of Nagashima, didn't he ignore your warning and try getting involved in this case? I'd shoot his ass out. He should have stayed out of your hair for a while. Okay. And here I thought Sho withdrew from the case on his own accord. I don't know what exactly Mashita told him, and I don't want to ask, but just to leave that stone unturned. Don't know how long that brat will be able to endure it. It's time for the adults to put an end to this thing. Aw, he's got my back. Of course he does. Hey! Is that Kakuta? Hey, Kakuta! Why are you here? This is the end. What end? I didn't do him a favor. I just shouldn't have gotten involved. He's mumbling something to himself. His voice is hoarse as if his words are caught in the back of his throat. What in the hell happened, Kakuta? I don't want to die. Mushroom face. He looks like one of those zombies from, what's the one, what's the one with the fungus? There's a zombie game that's fungus related. His face bulges from within, red lines webbing across his skin as it's pulled apart. His expression contorts in agony as he screams. Mushrooms sprout from within his wounds, rooted somewhere inside his head. More and more mushrooms split his skin to pieces. Buh. What is happening to Kakuta's body? It hurts, it hurts, it hurts! I can't imagine what you would sound like with mushrooms. Why do people keep running? You dumbasses. Clutching his face, Kakuta runs away while screaming. His figure disappears into the woods. Could that be Mr. Kokuri's curse? I immediately reminded of the rumors of the delinquent boy whose ears turned into mushrooms. What's happening to Kakuta is even more horrific than the rumors. For fuck's sake, how? How'd that brat get cursed? I think we know the answer to that. He's cursed because he's hooligan. What the did he do? I don't know, but Kakuta seems to have an idea why he got cursed. If we do whatever he did, we'll be cursed too. We don't know what action provokes Mr. Kokuri's ire, which means we need to be extremely careful in this forest. Why do you keep letting them run away? Like, tackle them. Mushrooms.
Yoshi.
A cluster of mushrooms is growing on a tree trunk. I hear something. It sounds like a human groaning. Is there something in the darkness? I don't see anything as of right now. Do it. Always do it. Never not do it. I wave my flashlight towards the direction of the groan. The nearby trees are illuminated by the light, but it's still too dark to see anything else. I stare into the darkness, trying to get a better look. I'm not scared. Woo! Oh, I missed it. Dang it! What was that? Those eyes. Those eyes are looking at us. Is this spiritual phenomenon tied to Kokuri? Or did other spirits in this forest do it too? I don't really know. Well, I feel something strange at the bottom of my foot. Oh, we did get a tooth from that. See, that's why even if you get hurt, you gotta look at everything, because the teeth heal you anyways, so. There's an old stone lantern. There's an animal carved on top of the lantern. It looks like a mouse to me. Do these animals mean anything? I'm getting curious now. I better look it up. Mouse. Mouse, mouse. The stone is quite weathered, so these things are quite old. Its surface is mostly covered in moss and mushrooms. Hello? Hello, sir? He's just standing in the middle of the path. What is that? A stooped figure is blocking our path. It's a man with mushrooms sprouting from his body. Or rather, it's more like a man who has become mushrooms. Bleh. Would you stop it? You're the one standing in my way. I don't know why you... He bellows a maddening roar, and I feel a thick haze constricting my consciousness. Before I can react, I'm back on the path. Did the spirit do this? Fudge my head! It feels like someone took a jackhammer to my skull. What are we gonna do, Yashiki? As long as those mushroomy... there, we can't go forward. This guy swears a lot. We need to do something.
Yoshi.
Rabbit? Isn't there a rabbit already? We still haven't seen a tiger. Wait, there's multiples. We're missing a tiger. I swear there was no tiger. What? Are we looping? Behind the stones, there seems to be animal tracks leading further into the woods, diverging from the path. Oh no! This is gonna get me so lost, isn't it? Pushing my way through the dense foliage, we walk further into the woods. I wonder how far this trail goes. What if we can't find our way back home? That... There's an open area in front of us. Something's there. Huh? What? What's that? I find a different path. I guess this is the back road? There's a large rock at the end of the path. What on earth is that supposed to be? A huge stone is blocking the path. A thick shrine rope is wrapped around the stone. It looks like a serpent. I wonder what that means. Should I investigate it more closely? Always. The rope looks like it's protecting this huge rock. There must be something behind it. Should I try touching the rope? Hell yes. Never be afraid. Yeah, well. Suddenly a sharp chill runs down my spine. Is that supposed to be a warning or something? I'd better stop then. What happens if I touch it again? I grab the rope and try shaking it hard. I knew it. This isn't just an ordinary stone. I better stop. Oh! Ha! You're not gonna scare me away with your stop madness. See? And now we just... Yeah.
Yoshi.
Rooster. Huh? Animal tracks diverging from the path. Rooster path. I don't know where it's going with this, but it's missing tiger. We follow the animal tracks surrounded by overgrown flora once again. I wonder what's waiting for me in this deep, dark forest. That's an open area in front of us. Something's there. Meh. We arrive at a small meadow. There are some random things scattered on the ground here. Everything is old and unusable. You may as well call it junk. Perhaps this place used to be a garbage dump? There's an old signboard on top of a broken trailer. It's a wooden signboard. These kind of things used to serve as a notice board in olden times. These days you don't see them outside of period dramas. There's a brief sentence written in old-fashioned script. To the shrine, 2 beats for the monkey, 3 beats for the tiger, 1 beat for the snake. Nande? Nani? Ja, 2 saru. 3 tora. 1 hebi. That's not making any sense to me. You're a teacher, aren't you, Yashiki? Solve this one. I'm not a... Mashita immediately gives up. Looks like I'm gonna have to unravel this puzzle myself. Oh, let's see. It starts out with to the shrine, so maybe it's indicating a ritual one has to perform before visiting the shrine. Monkey, tiger, snake are obviously referring to the Chinese zodiac signs. Well, I didn't see a tiger. So what does beat mean? Clapping? Right. Clapping your hands is a typical part of a shrine visit, so that seems to fit. So that means we need to clap our hands in a particular manner before going to the shrine. This is probably how people in the past showed their respect to the gods living in the shrine. I jot down the contents of the board just in case.
Yoshi.
An abandoned, decaying drum. Its frame has gotten rusty after being exposed to the elements. Why is it in this forest, though? Better take a closer look. Inspect! It's too dark to... Yeah? Yes. Always. I get up next to the drum and peek inside. The inside is also pitch black. My guess is that they used to burn things. I assume they were burning garbage given the surroundings. Why did they do it here, though? Huh? There's something at the bottom. There's not enough light for me to make out what it is with my naked eyes. Should I shine my flashlight on it? Of course. That one barely got me. Come on. Wah!
What's wrong? Why'd you start screaming out of the blue?
In the drum, there's a hand with mushrooms.
What did you say?
Mashita peers into the drum. Don't do it as well.
Can't see shite. Turn the light here.
Okay. I turn my flashlight towards the inside of the drum while Mashita looks in it. However, we only find a thick pile of dark gray ashes. There are several mushrooms as well, the same ones as on the nearby trees. Anyone can tell this drum hasn't been used for a long time. Was it all just a spiritual phenomenon? Whose hand was it then? Okay. Monkey is 2 claps. But do we have to do it in order? Clap. 2 times. Oh, there we go. So tiger is 3. 1. 2 claps for the monkey, 3 claps for the tiger, and 1 clap for the snake. Alright. That must have changed something. Let's see what it was. What is that? A stooped figure is blocking our path. It's a man with mushrooms sprouting from his body. Or rather, it's more like a man who has become mushrooms. Happy. The mushroom man lets out a shout of joy before vanishing. 2 beats for the monkey, 3 beats for the tiger, and 1 beat for the snake. Maybe the board's message, help us exorcise the impurity, aka that spirit.
Hey, you know, that monster was wearing a Konohara Academy uniform. You think it's Kakuta?
Nope, he had blonde hair and wasn't as big as Kakuta.
Who the F was that then?
Let me think. Maruhashi mentioned some delinquents who disappeared in the forest. Maybe he's one of them. Kokori's deep-seated grudge is swirling all around this forest. 1 slip up and that figure might be the last.
これは
The Path of the Inoshishi. That! There's an open entrance there. Ooh! What's this? Several logs have been arranged in this meadow. They kind of resemble a fence. An inordinate number of mushrooms are growing around the logs.
This place looks like a mushroom farm to me. Better be careful, Yashiki. This place is practically screaming ambush to me.
I am not afraid! That kind of looks like a person. On the ground, I see a mass with a rather odd shape.
What is that?
I better examine it! An ominous mass surrounded by moss. It doesn't resemble a human. Should I dig it out to find what it is? We'll never know unless we check. Do we have that? We, like, have nothing. I reach out to the mass, poking it.
It's harder than I thought.
I need something with a sharp edge, okay?
ここ
A stump with mushrooms growing on it. What's that? Something stuck on the other side of the stump. Stunk on the stump. I take a few steps closer and find a metal grip protruding from the ground. Oh, there we go. I tried to pull it out. It was a shovel. There you go. What is it doing here? Gosh darn it, why do you have to hit me like that? The voice just now. It sounded like a male's voice. Really? It kind of just sounded like shh, shh, shh. Mashita's not showing any reaction. Looks like I'm the only one who heard it. The shovel might have some sordid tale attached to it. Despite the creepiness, the shovel might come in handy. I decided to take it despite my pounding heart's protestations. Okay, well, let's dig out this out. It really does look like that looks like a human. A part of the mask crumbles away. I carefully pick it up and look it over. I believe this is a kind of mushroom. Its surface is hard to break, as hard as a tree bark. So this mass is a giant mushroom with moss growing on its surface. There's something buried in the place I dug out. I pick it up. It's an eerie... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. That all?
これは
It's over here. I can't see what's on the other side of the fence. Let's move in closer and get a better look. Hold on, I didn't look to the right. Oh no. What? He deserves
deserved it, the dummy. We find a corpse wearing a Konohara Academy uniform on the ground. Why does everybody freaking run? Stop running. Unsettling whitish mushrooms are growing from the body. Looks like there's 2 bodies there. There's one in the back as well. Is this another victim of the Kokuri curse?
What are we gonna do?
Stay back. I'll inspect the corpse. He's the freaking detective. Let him inspect the corpse. I cautiously approach the dead body. Where should I start? I don't know. The body? My eyes are fixed on the corpse. I can feel... Ew! Oh, wait. Gastric juices well up in my throat. I just don't like that word. Makes me want to vomit. The more I stare at it, the more repulsive it looks. This used to be a human being, and now it looks like this? Don't look away. I utter a mild castigation to myself and continue observing the body. While the sprouting mushrooms have torn up the uniform, it isn't that dirty. He must have died recently. It's... dumbass. A green tie, that indicates he's a second year. Mushrooms are growing all over his large body. I reach inside the corpse pants pockets. Inside, I find a cell phone. It's pretty much stock and has no distinctive customizations, making it hard for us to guess who owned it. Maybe I can learn something from the phone itself. I press the buttons to no avail. Guess it's been broken. Useless! I reach inside the corpse's blazer pockets. I find a piece of paper inside the pocket. It seems to have been torn from something. I position the beam of my flashlight so I can examine the paper's content. Fox laccata, a type of fungus that only lives in the fox forest. Its sporocarp doesn't have a cap or stalk. It takes the shape of a reed. A poisonous mushroom, it contains 10 times the amount of psilocybin, hallucinogenic, as the infamous blah 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 blah. As of this writing, there are currently no laws regulating possession or cultivation of this fungus. However, considering the negative impact it would have on individuals, especially minors, official regulation and study are needed. Dumbasses. Description of a plant are written on it. This must be the mission page from the guide in the storage room. Scarlet, strip-shaped mushrooms. It should be referring to these plants. A bunch of kids getting high on mushrooms in the forest. Disrespecting the ghosts' haunting place. So these red mushrooms are called Fox laccata or lashata. According to the information, they seem to be mushrooms with strong hallucinogenic effects. There's another piece of paper inside the pocket. Unlike the first, this one is written in rough, hurried penmanship. The author of this note was definitely pissed off. Fox laccata and the murder at Lake S. Interesting. The plot thickens. The minor offender in the case seemed to have ingested Fox laccata, and the one who sold the mushrooms to them was Kei Kakuta, you dirty rascal. I've seen shifty-looking youngsters roaming around the fox forest. Looks like they intended to harvest Fox laccata. There were also some students from our school, including Kei. I didn't disclose this information to the public out of fear that it would damage the school's reputation. That was a grave mistake. I take responsibility for everything. That's terrible! The murder of a mother and a child at Lake S? An incident I've never heard of before. You know what? I don't feel sorry for you at all. That's all there is to inspect.
Find out anything useful, Yashiki?
Yeah, quite a bit. I describe the corpse's features and show Mashita the items I found.
I'm guessing that corpse is that rat, huh?
No idea.
Gotta be. He's a well-built second year, and that torn research paper in his pocket's a dead giveaway.
I mean, there's nobody else out here. Obviously, it's him.
If it's not Kakuta, who else would it be?
Kakuta had been cursed by Kokuri, because he's a freaking drug dealer. The curse didn't just end because he ran away. He probably lost his stamina here.
We might have a better idea why he came here once we check out his belongings. Let's keep that stuff, Yashiki.
Agreed. What the frick did you do, you son of a bitch? I love how I haven't felt sorry for any of these victims thus far. Which may be the point, actually. That may actually be the point. They all kind of seem like assholes. I offer a silent prayer for his soul and leave the place. I realize something on our way back. Unlike the other victims, Kakuta's corpse didn't disappear. I wonder why. I mean, it did, kind of. Into mushrooms. The only possible reason I can come up with is that maybe when he passed, he wasn't human any longer. Kakuta had basically become mushrooms. Even his parents wouldn't recognize him in that state. I wonder what's a better death. Not even leaving behind a corpse, or being completely stripped of all your distinguishing human features. Alright, let me check this side real quick. Mushrooms are growing on a lump of moss. There's nothing particular... Okay, well, you know what? I'm thorough. So we're definitely going to have to go back and have Ito look up that... the mother and child death. Or maybe it doesn't really matter, like just the fact that he caused that by giving mushrooms to teens. Oh, maybe this specific incident doesn't really matter. Like, just the fact, yeah, maybe. But if we do end up having to go back to the infirmary... We find ourselves in an open space after passing the gate. This should be the grounds of the shrine. However, there are no remains of any buildings to be seen. Have they completely decayed?
ここ
I love these lanterns. By the way, I think they're just beautiful. An old stone lantern with mushrooms scattered here and there. Ding. I spot something. I step closer and find it. Is it just a tooth?
Oh, good catch! You'd make a good detective, Yashiki.
Okay, yeah, it's just a tooth. It lures me into thinking that it's not a tooth, but then it's just a tooth. What the heck? I don't get what I'm supposed to see here.
Yoshi.
Thick bushes and shrubs crowd this area.
Hey, Yashiki. Do you see that red thing behind those bushes?
No. Clearly I'm blind. I strain my eyes staring at the bushes. Okay, I'm straining. I don't see frickin' red anywhere. But it's too dark for me to see anything.
You can't see it? You need new glasses. Come here.
Hey! Mashita walks towards the bushes as I follow him from behind. Ooh la la! With my bright flashlight in hand, we cross the spacious open area. If Kokori was actually in here, we'd be perfect targets. Just thinking about that sends chills down my spine. Not unless you're planning on selling some drugs to some kids. I don't think they're that perfect targets.
Look, there it is.
Oh, that also looks like a person. See, head, arms, legs. It actually looks like one of those like white, like, you know, in games when it's like there's a dead body and then they put the white border on it. There's a red figure laying in the inner area. Hang on a second. Those are, see, I'm not stupid. Those are clumps of red plants that are in the shape of a human. Still, this doesn't explain anything about the shrine. We better take a closer look. Careful, these things make you hallucinate. They look similar to the red mushrooms inside the petri dish. This has got to be Fox Lakata. I don't get it. Why have they clustered in such a strange shape? It's another person. happen? Huh? Shovel. My gut's telling me something's buried here. I mean, it's literally the only item we have. That's enough motivation to start thrusting the shovel into the earth. My shovel hit something hard. Being careful not to break whatever it is, I try to excavate the dirt around it. Before long, the object becomes visible. Ah, this reminds me of Sleepy Hollow. They're old human bones. The bones are clad with tattered clothes. Dirt has worked its way through the fiber now, but I believe this used to be white. Did he get killed?
Who the hell's this poor sod?
I don't know, but the white clothes make me think that it could be Mr. Kokuri from the rumors.
Abe said Kokuri's the spirit of a priest. So this guy's here, that priest?
We may find out once we get a better look at the skeleton. I crouch next to the corpse and inspect it. From the bone structure, it appears these bones belonged to a man. However, they don't really have any special identifying feature that would help us, like a missing finger or something. At this time of night, we'd be hard-pressed to cross-check his teeth at Ben's dental records, too. Making matters worse, other than the shreds of the formerly white clothing, there are no belongings to be found. The fact that his body's buried here might indicate that he was murdered. If so, then his belongings might have been stolen at that time. Who are you? Words full of anxiety and confusion tumble from my mouth. Vision?
Deep inside the old school. The dead fox god that looks alive inside the stomach.
Huh? Ow!
What was that?
A man's voice suddenly echoes through my mind, as if he's trying to answer my question. But I believe these are murmurs of his deep resentment. If you listen too carefully, you may get overwhelmed by the regrets of the deceased. We can't stay here any longer. It's dangerous. Let's go, Mashita. I don't think we'll get any useful information here.
Nothing? Really? Ugh.
Holy crap! Suddenly the sound of a gunshot rings out and reverberates through the shrine grounds. Oh, hi! That's kinda cute, actually. Looks like a Pokemon. It's got something resembling a hunting rifle in its hands. Is that Mr. Kokuri?
Yeah. Hooligan.
You already killed a hooligan. Mr. Kokuri disappeared? Ow! Another gunshot rings out and the bullet hits the ground near our feet, spraying us with dirt. This is bad. That thing does real damage and he's trying to shoot us with it. Oh, he's a sucky shot.
Hey, Yashiki, don't go out there like that. You're wide open.
After saying that, Mashita hides behind a nearby tree. Dude, it's a ghost. I do the same and hunker down behind a different tree. The bullet hits somewhere completely off target. The bullet hits a spot near the lantern.
Huh. This guy's obviously an amateur. I think he's using a hunting rifle, but you can see the grouping of his shots is very loose. Either that gun's old and hasn't been cleaned, or he's just the poor marksman who keeps missing the target. I think as long as we keep a good distance from him, the bullets won't hit us. True, but we shouldn't be careless. He only needs one lucky shot to kill us. What should we do then? I can't see him anywhere. We can't just sit here and wait for him. We'll be dead meat once he gets close enough.
Everything is certainly trending very badly for us. Even if we try to make a mad dash for it, the road ahead is straight and narrow. Even a bad shooter with a bad gun is going to be able to hit their target eventually in this kind of situation. What should we do then? Give him an offering. We really can't make a move so long as we don't know where Kokori is. Hold on. We can't see him right now. I feel like I remember something, but I'm not too sure. Shit. Eat mushroom? Keep calm and think. There must be clues somewhere. Oh my god, I knew it. Ew. Oh, wait, what? Just curious what... Oh, Mashita can eat it too. You know what? Eat some of the mushrooms.
これでどうだ
I open the petri dish and decide to eat some. Ew! This is so gross. I bite one of the mushrooms sticking out of the insect's body and tear it off with force. Then, with steely determination, I swallow it down. Ow. I feel my body getting warm like I just drank a mug of hot water. My heart is beating so fast, my vision starts to blur. This is... Maybe I should have had Mashita do it, he has more health.
Hey, you're right, Yashiki?
Yeah, I think so. Once my heartbeat returns to normal, I slowly stabilize. My vision stops going blurry and I'm no longer in a daze. Then, a mysterious figure appears before my eyes. He's there! I can see Kokori! Kokori hasn't moved an inch. Rest assured, he hasn't come any closer.
Wait, what? You could see Kokori?
Yeah, thanks to the red demon. Eat crimson devil to see the invisible Kokori. The female doll mentioned it before. Calling us hooligans, Kokori aims his gun in our direction. The bullet hit the tree we're hiding behind.
His accuracy's improved. We're pinned down now.
One thing's for certain, we can't escape right now. We need to find some way to fight back. Dang it. Since Mashita can't see Kokori, the only one who can fight him is me. There's not much I can do to fight back, but I've got to give it my all. I mean... Oh my gosh, hold on. Are these actually gonna be important? Alright, well... I don't know how teaming up with them will help, but let's do it.
これでどうだ了解した
I open the suspicious paper bag and take out the gun inside. After all, I'm a complete novice. I don't have any confidence in my ability to shoot a gun. Mashita, can you do something to distract Kokori for a couple seconds?
Figured you were gonna ask something like that. I'll do something about it.
Believing in Mashita's tactics, I poke my head out and ready my gun. Mashita leaves his cover and shoots into the open space. Kokori turns towards Mashita.
Great job, Mashita.
I take aim at Kokori, who has now stopped moving. Breathe deeply and calmly pull the trigger. Kokori lets out an eerie howl.
Did you get him, Yashiki?
I think I hit him. Although I guess it's more like my bullet just passed through his body. Well, he is a spirit after all. Ah. Dang it. Was that wrong? Shoot. He then begins to approach us slowly. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap.
Shoot, he's coming closer. So we just pissed him off?
I want to believe this is the right choice. Huh? What? Oh, because I'm hallucinating. Kokori's breathing hard. He seems angry. The closer he gets to us, the more danger we are. That also makes it easier to shoot him now, but will that really help us? Okay, well, I'm gonna shoot him again then.
Hey, what are we gonna do? We're running out of time.
I know that already. If we knew how to deal with Kokori's shots, we might be able to find an opening and escape. Our bullets don't work against Kokori, but we need to create an opening to survive. That could work. Because that seems to be real.
これどうだ。了解した。
Sorry, but can you be my decoy once more, Mashita?
Fine.
Trusting in Mashita, I peek my head out of the cover and ready my gun. Mashita does the same and fires a shot into the open space. Kokori turns towards Mashita. I take aim at Kokori, who has now stopped moving. Breathe deeply and calmly pull the trigger.
Nice, that definitely hit.
I saw it for a split second. Your shot hit his rifle. Kokori sounds frustrated and angry. Something must have happened to his rifle. Did our attack jam his rifle? It's now or never. Kokori can't shoot us. Let's go, Mashita.
I know, no need to tell me.
I thought it was gonna, like, knock it out of his hands, but whatever. We beat feet? Who says beat feet? And don't slow down. Yay! It's the right choice, not the supposed right choice. Mashita and I race out of there as fast as we can. We're running straight for the exit. There's no guarantee that Mr. Kokori will let us go even if we escape the forest. Like Slit-Mouth Kashima, he probably can follow us now that he's set his sights on us. We'll have to be careful everywhere going forward. Even so, our only choice right now is to run for our lives, even if hell is going to be hot on our heels wherever we go. Our only goal is survival, and I'm sure that Mashita feels the same.
It's the exit, Yashiki.
Is he still chasing us? He is not. Looks like we've survived the hunt for now.
For F's sake, we barely escaped that. We better stay out of this goddamn forest for now, unless you feel like being a target practice.
Mashita looks exhausted, and I'm sure I do as well. Let's take this opportunity to head to the infirmary and sort out everything we've just learned. Oh wait, I can just quick go back. Doi. A sigh of relief escapes my lips the moment we step inside the infirmary. I'm lucky that I'm seeing these walls again, and that's not an exaggeration in the slightest. Time to tell Yasuoka and the others what happened in the forest. Welcome back! Glad to see you both safe. Yasuoka and Hiro are the only people inside the infirmary. Where's Maruhashi? Oh, she went to the restroom. Alone? She's aware of the dangers that shrine poses now, and she's not headed into the forest. She should be fine. Kokore's not the only threat here, though. The Departed is roaming around the school as well. Although the Departed only kills their target after issuing a notice, so Maruhashi should be fine. Good thing she's not here then. I'll give you a quick summary of what happened before she returns. There are things I don't want her to hear. I fill them in on what happened in the forest. I see. So Cacti's. It's painful to know that a young life has been lost like that. But does that mean Kakuta was hooligan? More or less. Kakuta stole a document about Fox Lakata, so he must have known something about it. Though I find it hard to imagine he was acting on his own. Fox Lakata is a strong hallucinogen, so it wouldn't surprise me if other people were doing something with it. A strong hallucinogen, eh? I'd like to study it at the Institute. It may be a new kind of alkaloid. Very intriguing. Can you give me some of that Fox Lakata to research once we wrap up this investigation? Cut the crap, Hiro. This thing needs to be in the hands of the government. I'm gonna submit this to my friend at the DEA, and I'm not having any other way, got it? Jeez, you're no fun. I'm back. Oh, you're already here? Hey, you better fill me in too. Don't leave me out of everything. Fine. Leaving out the bits about Kakuta's death, I tell her what happened in the forest. I concoct a story and say I found the paper and phone lying on the ground. Ha! So Kakuta was in the forest. Why was he in there, though? Don't know. I think he got a call? Maybe his phone can tell us something? Unfortunately, it's broken. I've tried pressing the button, but... Let me take a look. Maruhashi starts touching the phone screen like it's her own phone. It's not broken. The battery's just dead. Anyone with a phone should have been able to realize this. Jeez, how bad with tech stuff are you, Grandpa? Sorry. You got me there. I have a charger that'll work with this phone at home. Maybe we should try and charge it and then see if we can get something out of it. My home's not far from here. This phone's gonna be pretty useless to us with a dead battery. Let's take her up on her offer. Hey, I'll be right back. Maruhashi quickly exits the infirmary. What should we do now? Should we wait until that kid calls us? I object to that course of action. We should resume the investigation. It's for your sake as well, Yashiki. What do you mean by that, Yasuoka? I can tell. You're being targeted by a spirit. Excuse me? Sooner or later, that spirit will find its way to you. If that happens while you're unprepared, you'll meet the same fate as Kakuta. For sake, why is everything so... As a renowned fortune teller and spiritualist, Yasuoka's words carry a lot of weight. I thought maybe the clock had stopped with Kakuta's death and we'd have a little more time before there was another target. But it turns out the clock is still ticking and it's counting down for me. But what should we do now? We still don't know who exactly Kokuri is, right? That's something we can research.
I have an idea. Remember the case from Kakuta's document? Let's look into that murder of a mother and child at Lake S. That's been stuck in my head.
How are we going to investigate that?
Have Nakamatsu look it up. He should at least be able to pull up a general summary from somewhere. And by that, I mean you gotta call him.
Wait, why do I have to do it? You know how to use a phone. Just call him yourself.
Nah, I don't really like talking to him. We're not really on the same wavelength.
So that's your issue. I guess you can't expect a nice otaku and hard-boiled ex-detective to get along. Looks like I'm gonna have to be the one to call Eita. I pick up the phone in the infirmary and punch in the mansion's number.
Nakamatsu here.
It's me, Yashiki. I need you to look up a few things for me.
Sure, alright. Tell me what you need me to find.
I share details of the incident to Eita.
You just keep running into spirits one after the other, huh? There's way too much evil stuff terrorizing that school, man. If I was enrolled there, I would have just taken off running and never looked back. So, what do you want me to ask?
Can you look for any information you can find about a murder of a mother and child at Lake S? It may be connected to our investigation.
Please. A mother and child being murdered? That sounds awful.
I'll try searching.
Found something. 10 years ago, a mother and child were beaten to death by a group of delinquents. I'll share the details now. It's pretty long, so you probably should start taking notes.
I whip out a pen to write everything down Eita says about the murder. Mother, 10 years ago at Lake S in S City, a family who went camping was attacked by a group of young men. Mother, Izumi Kiyohara, 37, and her daughter, Kozue Kiyohara, 16, oh my gosh, were beaten to death. The father, Masaki Kiyohara, was gravely injured but survived. He was hospitalized for 3 months. Masaki Kiyohara was a teacher at a school in H City, not far from S City. He continued to work there after the incident, but later disappeared. The crime was committed by 8 juveniles, all between the ages of 16 and 19. At the time of the crime, they were under the influence of mind-altering substances. Due to their ages, name of the perpetrators were not disclosed. The narcotic they were taking at the time was believed to be some new type of psychedelic mushroom. Of the 8 juveniles who were arrested, Kay, who allegedly the drug dealer, was released due to insufficient evidence.
Damn. That's horrible. Those violent punks are scarier than spirits.
Eita might have a point there. Spirits who curse humans are pretty frightening, but humans are responsible for creating spirits in the first place. The malicious actions of people cause grudges, and grudges create spirits. It's a chain of hatred, one that begins with humans.
By the way, Yasuki, I need to get going soon.
Oh, you can leave the mansion if you want. Thanks for your help today, Eita.
No problem at all. Talk to you soon, Yasuki. How'd it go, Yasuki?
Eita had a lot to share. Okay. I share the details of the murder with the other 3.
I see. No wonder it was sticking to my head.
Did you work on that case, Mashita?
Come on, man. Use your brain just a little bit. That case is 10 years old. I wasn't on the force yet. But now I recall my mentor was the one who told me about it.
Nakamatsu pretty much covered up the whole thing, though, so I don't have any additional info to add. Do you think the mushrooms from the case are Foxakata? This case is just full of mushrooms, eh? Can't argue with that. A curse involving mushrooms growing from your body? Kakuta being turned into mushrooms? The Foxakata on the dead centipede in the petri dish? And now we've learned about the tragedy caused by Foxakata 10 years ago. Everything's connected to mushrooms. Boy K, the one who wasn't prosecuted, could it have been Kakuta?
God damn it, I just told you! That case is 10 years old. There's no way Kakuta was involved back then.
Oh, fair. Well, it's pretty unlikely for him to have been directly involved, but he knew about Foxakata. He reacted to the petri dish and even hid the documents. Everything would tie itself up nicely if he turned out to be a mushroom dealer. I imagine we don't have enough information yet. However, the key to discovering Mr. Kokuri's identity is likely the link between the past and present cases. Or so I believe.
Guess that's all we're gonna get out of this deduction session. What we need now is some solid evidence. Let's continue the investigation, Yasuki.
We don't know where to start, though. We probably won't find anything in the forest or shrine in the corridor. I have a place in mind. For real? I got some information in the forest that'll lead us to our next spot. Where did we get it from? Right. The voice I heard when inspecting the bones. Deep inside the old school. I don't know it. That voice told me to go investigate somewhere. Maybe heading towards the location they mentioned will help us identify that corpse. And if we can learn about the person who became Mr. Kokuri, we can start devising a plan of attack. Which sounds great, except we're running low on time. Should we really just trust something I heard from a mysterious voice when so much is at stake? Having trouble making a decision? When you're running out of time and you need to make a tough choice, just trust your instincts and hope for the best. You know what's most important when dealing with spirits? Courage and conviction. Thanks for the reminder. I'll go with my gut and act on the information the voice gave me. Let's search for the dead fox god that looks alive in the depths of the old school. Nani? Alright, well, we're going to end that episode there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will search for that obscure fact next time.